Doing tarot on Friday, and we're doing live right now. Hi! I almost said I was dueling tarot. It's the power of the full moon. It's making me crazy. So, hi, everybody. I got a ginger ale. I'm not as fancy as I usually am because I had gangs of stuff that I had to do today. And I was super, super busy at my day job. So cheers, all you fortune cookie maniacs. So, Deborah, yes, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm very excited for tomorrow. And it is 5 o'clock my time. And I guess 4 o'clock your time. So I will see you then. So here we're going to pop this up. Let me get back to my comments. So, hi, Sally. We'll wait for everybody to kind of shuffle on in. So I think I need one more light over here. I think Santa is bringing me some new lighting. Not sure, but perhaps. So I don't have 27 different kinds of lighting. So how's everybody's week going so far? Creeping ever closer to the holidays. I'm scrambling to do my last minute shopping. I think I have everything in order. And I think I'm getting new glassware this year. So that should be pretty exciting. So we're going to kick off. Well, actually, I'll wait. We're only 2 minutes in. So everybody just chat in where you're from, how your week's going, if you need Christmas presents. Oh, if you need Christmas presents, I have gift cards. So I have been pushing those gift cards, pushing them. In fact, I'm going to pin it to the top so you guys can order directly from them. I'm so excited about the gift cards because I never had them before. I just would tell people, oh, just buy them a reading. But, the way they have to schedule, it's a little tricky. So we'll do paste, bloop, and then I'll pin that up to the top. Oh, I can't even do that. I can't pin to the top here. But there it is. It's in the comments. Let me see if I can pin it on. Hi, Carla. So hands up who saw the Harkles, because I have a bazillion things to talk about the Harkles if you guys don't want reading. So we'll just like kind of go down the list. And I have like no eyeliner or eye makeup on. Like you guys are seeing me like pretty raw. Like this is pretty raw. My hair is not done. So I will, I'm going to pin this comment to the top. Let's pin that sucker. Oh, seriously? How come I can't pin it? It's not letting me pin it. Huh. Hi, Puju. Pooja Gupta? Sorry. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read. All right. Well, I'll figure out how to pin that to the top. We got 17 people. Deborah, I can't believe you went with her either. Like, and the heckling and the smile and the dress. Like, the dress actually wasn't that bad. Like, I watched River earlier, and River was like, yeah, the dress was not that bad. It was not terrible. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I'm trying. It's the festive season. So I thought the dress was not terrible, but it's still like she keeps doing these waist things, and like she has a very boxy figure. It doesn't work. And she really should like kind of stick to the pencil skirt thing. Like wearing these gowns, it's a little too royal. We had some excitement a little while ago. Apparently somebody left the stove on in the house. Greg says I must have bumped into it. I don't know who did it, but our whole kitchen was filled with gas. So he's airing out the kitchen right now. So all right, so we're 5 minutes in. Whoever hops in, they can watch this part. on the right, Carla. It would hi Francois, bonsoir. Yeah, it would have looked better if it was shorter. And yes, so I felt like the bottom half looked like really big. It like, like the top looked great, but if it just like came down and was just straight, it would have been fine. Like she like a nice column dress. Little bit of curvage, not too much, but I don't know, like the all the seaming on it just didn't work for me. And she did almost give us an upskirt coming out of the car, so awkward. So tonight is special. Why is tonight special? Tonight's a full moon. Okay. So we're going to do a little hashtag charming homes. So, you all know, and I don't have my newsletter out yet, and I apologize. I will be better equipped, and I'm still going to do the Yule log video for you. So don't worry about that. That is coming. But tonight is the full moon, and I want to talk to you about some charming home stuff that I do for the full moon. So and these are things that you can do at your home. This is like how you can like live your best magical life. First thing, this is easy enough. You can write down the things that you want to. Full moons are about closure. Okay. It's about the ending, completing a cycle and moving on to something else. So, and those of us that are female and menstruate, we all know that the full moon typically can bring on menses and things like that, can bring on labor. I know both of my kids I had really close to the full moon. I was waiting for that. So and when I did cycle, my cycle was very much in sync with the moon cycle. So whether it's the gravitational pull that pulls it down, I don't know. It just kind of happens at the same time. So the full moon again is about closing. When we get to the new moon that you can't see, that's about starting new projects because the moon's going to build into the full moon. So now that we got that across, so when we have the full moons, very, very powerful energy that we have coming around us. I just said birth, shedding of linings, that sort of thing. So you can do closure rituals. So all you do is you write down things that you want to get rid of on a piece of paper, and you can put it out in the moon overnight, and then in the morning you can burn it. Okay, so if you want to quit smoking, if you want to stop eating chocolate chip cookies in the middle of the night, I do that. If you want to stop procrastinating, you can write those things down on a piece of paper and put it out, let it set in the moonlight on a hi from London, Liz. We're going to be talking about the Harkle, so you're going to want to stick around for that. We're going to do some readings on them. So but right now we're talking about charming homes, magical living, and the full moon and things that we can do. I'll keep it brief. I won't drag this out. So you can write things down on a piece of paper, let them sit out in the moonlight, just put them out on like a windowsill or something like that. Doesn't have to be directly in the moonlight. I used to get really crazy about it. And then in the morning, you just light them up. Light a candle, light a white candle, burn them, throw them in the ashtray. Make sure you don't burn your house down. And you're going to get rid of all of that. So, and Liz, thank you. Liz from London. She is charging her crystals. So one of the things that the full moon is, you can charge all of your crystals, you can charge your tarot decks, you can charge any of your magical tools out there. I will be putting out my favorite wand. I'll be putting out my psychic trio from aliciawicker.com. All my crystals are from aliciawicker.com. And I'm putting out you know what? I really should have this other thing on. You're going to see my wallet. So everybody look at my wallet, my glasses. So I'm going to be putting out my prosperity set. Why am I going to put out my prosperity set? The full moon helps close and bring you into more abundance. So what I have been doing is I charge my abundance stones, prosperity, and then I put them on my wallet to help attract money there. During the week, I do keep these in my pocket. I have a cool little green baggie that I just had laying around that I use for them. And, we just do that. You can also put your wallet outside if I mean, I don't leave your wallet outside, but if you have an enclosure where it's safe and no one's going to run off with your bank card, you can do that. You can leave some money outside. Oh, citrine in your purse too is great. Yeah. Yeah, all of Alicia's crystals have to go outside tonight. So, I will be putting these outside and then just putting them on my wallet, just because we live in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know, somebody might be walking around. Who knows? We've had a lot of crime here lately, people having their cars stolen, whatnot. So you can put your wallet out, your bank card. You can just put some of your cash out if you want anything like that. But just the intent, the intention that you have to have is to draw that money to you. And that's one of the reasons why I like this abundance set from Alicia, because it just draws money to you. Okay. So it's really cool. She does have this in her shop. So again, AliciaWicker.com. Now here's my favorite. Little bit. Hi, Rob. We're talking about moon rituals, and then we're going to go right into some readings on the Harkles. So this is just plain filtered tap water. I'm not going to put anything in it. The last full moon was a really heavy duty full moon, and I put amethyst and some of the lavender that we grow in our yard, and I just to kind of dial it back a little bit. And I did make some for my girlfriend Shelly, who I think is on Facebook right now. I think there she is, Shelly. Hey, Shelly. Moon water. I still have yours, baby doll. So I also made some for my girlfriend Kay up in the Bronx, and I have to distribute those. So I have a whole bunch of them. I have a whole bunch of meow meow, Shelly. So what I'm going to do with this particular round of moon water, and I may do a bigger one too. This isn't a really tremendously significant moon from what I saw in my research, but I'm going to put this outside and I'm going to drink it in the morning. I have a lid on, so no creepy critters will get in there. So, I just want to get to a new level, not only with my personal life, but also with my whole magical life. I have a lot of, I keep talking to Shelly. Shelly is, it's the last full moon of the year, so it is significant. Shelly is the heart and soul of Charming Homes, because she does all the home charms, and we'll be bringing her on board soon enough in the new year. But this, I really want to level up. So I'm going to infuse this with my intent to level up. I keep telling Shelly I want to be the Martha Stewart of magical living. So not that I look like I look like a disaster, but I want to give you guys, practical tips that you can use, and ways that you can live magically and kind of just get a little bit of more of an edge on everybody else. So there it is. This will be my moon water. I'll be chugging it in the morning. Maybe I'll make a short of me chugging the moon water, but most importantly is to get your intention in there. Make sure that your intention is solid. So when you're drinking your powerful moon water, you can just say, like, this is leveling up. This is getting my book published electronically. This is getting another 1,000 subscribers. It can be all sorts of things like that. So, the intention is really important. You want to make sure that you always have pure intent. So one of the things that I did too was I pulled a card for myself today, and I don't typically pull cards for myself just because my day is pretty hectic. I have a lot on my plate every single day. So what I did was I pulled a card and I got the High Priestess. So the High Priest, and I started to do some research just to see if there was anything that had been missing out of my purview, out of what I know about the High Priestess. The High Priestess can also be sudden insight. It can be like a blast of insightfulness or intuition. She can be, it can be, very loud and cataclysmic, or it can also be like kind of a seeping, like water seeping under the door kind of intuition. Sometimes it will come like that. You'll notice it right away, but you'll be like, oh, I didn't even notice that coming in. Okay. The message from her, from the High Priestess, and I love this, is that you already have true knowledge. So you have to accept that true knowledge. You have to accept your intuition and accept what you know in intuitively and intrinsically, and then you can live that. So it's sometimes a little bit trickier when we have all this reality slamming us in the face. If you just kind of get quiet for a minute, like that high priestess or the popess. I never teach her as a popess, but she is the companion card to the Hierophant, who is the Pope card. If you get quiet, sometimes those answers will come. So, hey, MB. So, Deborah, the prosperity stones that Alicia sends, it's citrine, tiger's eye, and we have fool's gold, and then I can't remember what this one is. I can't remember what it is. If somebody wants to look it up on her site, that'd be awesome. But they definitely feel like they need a charging. They definitely feel like they need to get charged. And I have a lanai outside where I put all my stuff that's charging in the moon, and I clean off the table really, really well before I put anything down. So but yeah, that little trio that she has, I think, is $17 in her shop. It's not expensive, and I do think it's a very, she sound cleanses all of her. It's so funny. Alicia's like, I love it when you pimp me. So she sound cleanses all of her crystals. They feel really good. Mine are feeling a little sluggish right now, so they do need to go out and get recharged. So hopefully that I'm going to run them under some water. Those are all water soluble. I shouldn't say that, water safe crystals. Now I will put them out to recharge along with my not water safe selenite. So now let's get to it. So actually, I shouldn't say that because that's the oh, and I did find out something really cool. I was mistaken. I actually looked up the moon phase that was in place when I was born, and I was born during the waning gibbous. So that's the first phase after the full moon, and the illumination was 80%. It actually was a pretty powerful moon, so that was kind of cool. So let's talk about some fake royals. So there are, according to the New York Post, palace staffers that are, quote, seething with rage because it's all a game for her. Former palace employee on December 7th, this article is from December 7th, said that they really the palace staffers really do want to set the record straight, but they don't have permission to do so. I'm very curious if we're going to get permission to do so. The Himalayan lamb kit. Oh yeah, you can see it. I'm like, how did you know I have a Himalayan lamb? I do like it. One of the things with the Himalayan salt lamps, if you don't use them, they will they absorb moisture. So if you don't use them, if you don't turn them on and burn that moisture off, they will like kind of drip and get gross. So it's important to make sure you turn them on. Now I know a few years ago there was a couple of brands that people were picking up and they were catching fire. So I would be very careful about which ones you buy. And, I never leave mine on when I'm not here. I did give them out as gifts one year to like a whole bunch of people at work. So yeah. So, okay. The royal institution is old, never changed their rules. Right. So I agree with that, Liz. I agree with that. And I think, yeah, in some sense, draconian. I'm not touching the whole Lady Hussey thing with the 10-foot pole. It's just too hot of a subject for me. It's just, I just don't want to get involved. It's, yeah, especially because there was some discussion about, not being this ethnic enough and, misrepresenting. And I don't want to get into it. It's, what bad blood will out. Whoever was the bad guy in that situation will come out. Hi serendipity. My father is in his 80s, and sometimes he says stuff that's not exactly PC. So it is what it is. It's you kind of gotta give kids and older people a little bit of a pass. So B Bear, hey, this is a good question. There's so much chat in here. Hence why Diana. Yes, I just let them all get on with it. Yeah, I mean, for us here in America, the royal family is very charming. It's but it's not an institution that has any effect on our lives. It's pretty and glamour. We watch that. I think that was like kind of the gist of the whole Meghan Markle debacle, because I don't think she really realized that it's a real family that dedicates their entire lives to service. Ginger ale, not liquor. I have been talking all day, so pardon me if I'm going to take big drinks of water. So, also the Daily Mail. So, wait, B Bear, this is a great question. So just chill out, hang out there, sweetie pie. The Daily Mail also on the 6th had an article about the 14 staffers that have quit from Archwell since 2018. The most recent being Rebecca. I can't read what I wrote. Sananas. She was Archwell Audio, heading up Archwell Audio, hired in July of 2021, is now gone. RIP, not RIP, but she's not there anymore. And we also have Mandana Dayani. She's Iranian. She was the president of Archwell for only 18 months. So, and I believe the latter was the one that Omid Scobie posted pretty much in the middle of the night, oh, hey, and by the way, she's not going to be here anymore. So I think those are interesting topics. And again, you guys can pop some up there. I think I'm going to hit B Bears first, because I want this night to be for you guys. I want you guys to ask questions, and it's your chance to kind of tell me what I have to read. So I also wanted to look into the status of Archwell, like what creativity. I can't say it. Creatively. That's what I'm trying to say. Creatively. How are they doing creatively? Are they producing anything, or do they have good ideas? Do they have things going in the next year? Financially, how they're doing, and what is the level of staff satisfaction currently? Are we going to see? It's funny. I at my current day job, my direct manager resigned, I guess, in February of last year, and the first thing I said to him was "Oh no, you're going to start the flood. You're going to start a howl." And sure enough, a bunch of people left. So was very curious. I mean, some of them retired, some of them left for other jobs. But sometimes, when you see people leaving, everybody kind of it becomes a trendy thing. Let's get out of here. So let's take a look at B Bear's question. It's a big question. So let me make my screen whoopity doo. And I'm going to grab a smaller deck just so that we can get the full benefit of the tarot for today. So I'm going to scroll down so I can see your comments. Yeah, Liz, I there's no way they're going to that coronation. I will eat my hat if they go to that coronation. I got Curious Creatures. Curious Creatures. So let's see. What is Oprah going to think of this Netflix series? Let's see what Oprah thinks of them right now. Let's see what she thinks of them. Sloppy shuffle already. Holy crow. Everybody grab a drink. Somebody hashtag sloppy shuffle in the comments. I definitely want you guys to do that from now on. Every time I sloppy shuffle, do a hashtag in there. Hi, Simon says. No, Simon says you're right on time. This is my first spread. First spread, we were talking about the full moon. We were talking about the High Priestess card. Talking about sloppy shuffles. Sloppy shuffle! So, all right. What will Oprah think of the Netflix series in the end? And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to watch it. I know we don't want to give him the clicks, but I'm going to watch it. Gregopedia will probably run away from home. He says all the time, everything I know about Harry and Meghan, I learned without my consent. Alicia, we'll look at that too, because yeah, I think that's true, but I think they said, well, you'll just have to get a different sponsor. Like, you could do your show, but you have to get a different sponsor. So let's see what Oprah thinks about this. I want to expand on this. I want to see what she thinks about Harry and what she thinks about Meghan. So, the Empress in reverse. 8 of Wands is a hard stop. Judgment. 2 of Swords. The Devil. Wow. Some heavy duty stuff going on here, guys. And under the surface. So, and you can't see that. Sorry. I'll get it right one day, boys and girls. Maybe you can come up a little. Oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So, Empress in reverse. She's seeing them as not being able to produce anything, not being able to create anything. The Empress is our mother card who makes babies, makes projects, makes all kinds of cool stuff. The 8 of Wands is a hard stop. So we can't produce anything. It's a hard stop. Let's pull out the support for this. Not financial support, but let's pull out the support so that, it just is not something that you want to be a backer of. You don't want to, be a party to this. The Judgment is in reverse. I think Oprah knows that the court of public opinion really has a hard and fast idea about these two. And I think she knows that, Oprah's been up and down, in popularity. She's had her little back and forth with, I think Dr. Oz, she had a back and forth with, and I think Dr. Phil, she had a back and forth with. So, she really understands how public opinion and how perception and what you're putting out there really does affect your product and affects your brand, if you will. I hate that term, brand. I like, even on my platform here, it's like, oh, set up your branding. I'm like, oh God, like, I want to set up a brand, like, I want to be brand, but it's important for celebrities or little minor celebrities like me. I'm not a celebrity. So here's our hard decision here with the 2 of Swords. And then we have the Devil. So the swords we're cutting out. So we are cutting out this devil and releasing ourselves from it in order to find that prosperity and that peace underneath. So the 10 of Pentacles, when we're looking at the 10 of Pentacles, a lot of people say this is legacy, this is happy home, this is happy family, celebrations, joy, that kind of thing. Here, this is peace. This is her trying to find peace again. She doesn't want to be in the muckety muck. And up here, she doesn't want to pay it any more mind. She does not want this to be in the in her catalog, if you will. So, Oprah has a stable of a lot of celebrities and a lot of people that she works with and a lot of people that she supports. The Oprah Book Club, she made a lot of authors a lot of money, and with good cause. Like, have your opinion about Oprah, whatever. With a really, really good thing to do. So, I think she's pulling out the stops on this. So, let's see what she thinks of Harry and Meghan. So, Marcia, I see your comment there. Just hang on. I'm going to do a little Harry and Meghan, And then this was one question that popped up, and then I can do yours if you want to put up a question, if you have a specific question. Oh, wait, and Facebook users been having strange dreams. Okay, I can do that too. Remember, guys, you can make a contribution either through any of my Cash apps or through Facebook Messenger. I think you can do a payment. I think it winds up being a PayPal payment. Or you can donate through YouTube, Super Chat, and Super Stickers. But if you have a question, put it in nice, bold, all caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. Don't worry. It's just easier for me to see. So let's see what she thinks of Harry and Meghan. So this is Harry. This is Meghan. What does Oprah think of them? Okay. Harry. Oh, she thinks he is not a success and he needs to create more balance and he needs to stop dreaming. She thinks Meghan is not a producer. She thinks that she's got some bad business coming. She thinks there's a fall about to come and that she's going to try and scramble and create some subterfuge on this. So what else does she think about Harry? She thinks that he is like spiritless. I think spiritless is a really good description of this. He doesn't have any spirituality. And Simon says, thank you, sweetie. I'll pop that up in a minute. Thank you. I appreciate that. So hi, Penny. So do I say that like Pee Wee Herman, like when he had the little Penny show? Hi, Penny. So here, cheers, everybody. Glenna, hang on. I got a list, baby doll. Hang on, I got a list. So she thinks that he is just kind of bereft of spirituality. There's a veneer of spirituality that he has there, and this veneer of caring. But Oprah knows that this isn't to say that Oprah is this altruistic person that like everything about her is true and she really does want to help people. I don't know. I've never really looked into her. I know Alicia has, but she knows that the stuff that he's talking about, these projects that he's involved in are not his wheelhouse. This isn't where he's supposed to be. And he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Meghan's downfall is that she's impatient and she doesn't have the goods to produce. She wants to go in, cut the deal, take the money, and then she'll figure it out. Like I always tell people all the time, Richard Branson, he famously quoted, if somebody gives you an opportunity to do something, go take the opportunity. If you have an opportunity to stretch your legs or do something professionally, take it. And what'll happen is you'll just learn how to do it. Even if you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it on the job. So I think this is kind of the mindset of Meghan. Like she just wants to get in there and she wants to, cut the deal, make things happen. I have this thing. Like now she's out to lunch and she's telling people, oh, I have this great deal. And then nothing ever comes of it because she can't put it together. And she tries to find a team to put it together, but it doesn't really work. So I think Oprah's got their number. I think she feels more sorry for Harry than anything else. I don't think she really, I think, if it was an audition, if Meghan was auditioning to be friends with her, then if Meghan was auditioning for some kind of role, she would have been passed on. So that's what I'm saying. Now, Lindsay, I am super curious about your comment there. So you just sit tight. Don't go anywhere yet. Because that's kind of, I want to dive into that. I definitely want to dive into that and give you a hand. So Facebook user, you've been having strange dreams. Last night I had the strangest dream. Everybody sing it. I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you. I have so much laundry right now. I don't want to sing that next line. So let's see what's going on with you. And everybody always asks for one card, but I always give you 3 and then some. So your strange dreams are because you have a project going on that's rolling around in your head that you really want to do, and you're not satisfying it. You're not. So if there's something, and it could be a creative project, it could be moving on to another job, it could be moving on to another relationship. This feels more not like relationship, it feels more like doing something you love, getting involved in something very, very deeply, but you keep denying it. You're not doing it. And that's why your dreams are pumping out to you. So definitely get a dream dictionary. You can find a million of them online. Just be careful, because if you look up the same dream in too many different dream journals, or dream dictionaries, you're going to get different answers. So just be careful about that. Don't confuse yourself anymore. But your dreams are trying to spur you on. So the best coach that we have in our head sometimes is, or the best coach that we have is sometimes in our own head. Sometimes our intuition and our quiet mind, the mind that doesn't come out of our mouth, tells us what direction we need to go. And I just spit. I'm sorry. It's been a long day, guys. So this is trying to spur you on to do something that you love. Now, if you think that you need a partner to spur you along on this, you don't. The partner's going to hold you back. So don't do that. So if this is like you want to start a business, if you want to, I don't know, like do something creative, don't worry about bringing a partner into it. You do it, and then the right people will be drawn to you. The right people will come into you. Okay. And this is where you're going to find happiness, but it's going to be in the act of doing it. So whatever this project is, listen to those dreams, write down what you want to do, and then like formulate a plan to go do it, because your quiet mind is telling you all night long, hey, you got to get off your butt. You got to do this because you're going to love it and you're going to make money. This is something that you'll make money at. So I hope that helps. So whatever it is, you get to work. You got to get to work. I hope that helped. All right. So Marcia, do we have a question? Or are you still drinking that kombucha? I'm looking. There we go. Okay. And I got to scroll back up. I am trying to think of a side job that I can stay home. Haven't really worked in a year. Older college student taking it one subject at a time. Trying not to overwhelm myself. I need to make money somehow without working a lot. Is this possible? You should take my class. I'll teach you how to read tarot cards. You can do this from home. So I don't know if Shelly's still on, but I've been reading tarot since I was 17. I am 51 now. I'm old. And I did it professionally when I was in college. I would do a lot of parties. I would do a lot of private readings for people, and it was great. And then I just did it, like I went to university and I had like a regular job, and just kind of left it alone. And when Greg Pedia and I got married, I said, I want to have a psychic come to the house and have a party. And he was like, not in this house of science, because he's a sciencey guy. And my girlfriend Shelly, she was a non-essential worker. She wound up, getting I guess it's furloughed. So she was at home, and I said, there was a couple things happened, and I said, let me do a reading for you. And she was like, oh, you do readings? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I do readings. I go, well, why aren't we doing readings together? And like, shockingly, so many. No, I'm 51. 51. I just have a lot of makeup. So we were really surprised how many people are into this. And one of the things that happened after and I talk about this all the time, after the Spanish flu, a lot of people got involved in spiritualism. There was a surge of spiritualist parties and things like that. There's a lot of fraudulent people out there too, but and it was because so many people were lost and people were looking for other answers and other explanations for what's going on. So I think we're seeing the same thing now. I was seeing it during the pandemic. So I think I think it's a viable place, and I love teaching. So if you want to come and learn and get taught, I'm more than happy to do that. I'll have classes in January, and they're pretty fun. Some of the viewers are doing coaching with me, so if anybody here can vouch that my teaching is good, Shelly's taught classes with me, so if she's here, she can say how fun our classes are. So, all right. So let's see what you should be doing. That was like a huge advertisement for myself. I didn't mean to do that. So here's a question. What were you doing before? Okay. Because this is saying whatever you were doing before is not where you should be. You should be at home. This 10 of Pentacles tells us, yes, you should be home, and you should be the options that is okay. So really what I'm getting more of like I'm not sure what to do. I'm kind of getting your stagnancy, like where you're stuck. So what should you be doing? 9 of Pentacles. This says you should be working from home. Justice. Something that gives you flexibility between your two lives. We all have like several incarnations of ourselves. Not something where you're the boss. You don't want to be stuck in that driver's seat because it's a little precarious, but something that you can start small, and something that you're unfettered. This is kind of cool. Something where you can make your own schedule. We should really talk about teaching you to be a tarot reader. I have a bunch of new students that are starting in January. So going out and trying to search for a job may be problematic. Okay, so a couple of things that you're going to run into with this, working from home, trying to find that peg that's going to fit in the square peg that's going to fit in the round hole, or the round peg that's going to, round peg would fit in a square hole if it was the right size, but square peg, round hole. So what's that?
Any peg that's the right size will fit in any size hole.
That's what she said. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Gregopedia. So yeah, like if you look too far, what's going to happen is you're going to get overwhelmed by the options. Okay, I see you were in caregiving. So yeah, that caregiving, you can't really do that from home. Like, it's not lucrative to do that from home unless you start bringing your home with you. And you're going to college to get into the LVN program. Yes, Rocky's World. We're doing readings one at a time, baby doll, one at a time. So I think this says that, like, if you do the job search, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. You really do want to be at home, but you don't want to be in charge. It's not like you want to run your own business, because running your own business is just going to kind of take over your whole life. So let's talk later. Let's see if we can get you into one of my classes and see if we can teach a thing or two. But it's definitely like a home-based kind of thing you're doing with the computer. I don't know if, like, you could do data stuff. Data entry is what I'm trying to say. If there's something you could do like that from home, but I definitely see you at home, like you're on the couch with your computer and you're just kind of doing a few things, like you're not knocking yourself out. So yeah, hey, let's talk. Email me, fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay. All right, so let's go back up. I'm going back up. I scroll back up, everybody. Hang on. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Here we had Strange Dreams. We have Marcia. Now, Lindsay, this is interesting, Lindsay. Okay. And I'm going to switch out decks. I'm going to switch out decks on this one. Just, I like to keep the energy going. What do we have? Lindsay, I'm bringing out the big guns for you, baby. This is a Thoth-based tarot deck. I always start out, my desk is really neat, and then it gets crazy. So this deck gives us really, really good insight. It goes super, super deep. And I should try and reclaim my place as a couch counselor. I'm not sure what a couch counselor is. What is a couch counselor? So it's certainly what you love. Ace of Cups, Hermit. But the Hermit says you have to, oh, okay, even better. High Priestess. We were just talking about her. Full moon lady. Strength, Empress in reverse. So, and we have, oh, King of Pentacles up there. That's awesome. Awesome. This is nice. Nice. Princess of Swords, or Prince of Swords. Sorry, not Princess. Okay. So, Ace of Cups. Lindsay, you know this is what you love to do. You know you're good at it. It's where your heart is. You know, there are some people that get into certain professions, and their heart just isn't in it. You know, they just are kind of doing it for the sake of doing it. They're doing it for the money. They're doing it for the accolades. This is something that you really, really love. All right. Now, the lessons that you've learned, and that was your other message on there. The lessons that you've learned are something that you have to take along with you. So wherever that situation went sideways, you need to use that as your pivot point. You need to recognize where your mistakes were. If you trusted someone, if you made the wrong move, you have to recognize where those mistakes were made and understand how they affected the future now. Not the future from now, but the future from then to now. Follow the path. So I always like to do like kind of a bubble journey, and I'm like, all right, well, I did this, and then I got to this point, and I draw a little line, then I got to this point, and then I got to here, and then I'll do little bubbles of where I want to go and how we're going to get there. And it's just, regular planning. I don't know. There's a name for that kind of planning, but, that you kind of have to do that. And you have to make sure that those mile marker bubbles, that you don't make that mistake again. So your instincts, the situation that kind of led to a wrong turn, made a left turn, you knew what was going on then. You knew it was going to be trouble, and that instinct. So I talk to people, my students, about this all the time. When we're developing our psychic ability, we start to get a lot of body feelings. You start to get chills when you get things right. Like, you really do get chills. It's it sounds hokey, but you really do. I mean, at least that's one of my senses. And some people, we hear a bell ding, there's all kinds of triggers that we have psychically that let us know that we're on the right track. Now, when we're in situations of danger and the hair on your arms go up, or you meet that person and your stomach immediately starts flipping over, and you're like, oh God, I don't like this guy, or gal, or whomever, that is our psychic sense translating into our physical form. So we live energetically. We have this energetic sense, this soul person that, is pure energy. And then we have this physical body, the meat puppet that we walk around in. And the meat puppet sometimes has to give us a kind of punch in the arm so that we listen to the psychic voice that's in our, that's, screaming alarms. Hey, that's Jeffrey Dahmer, get away from him. Really, that's something that a lot of people will ignore. A lot of people get so far into the physical that they start to miss those psychic cues, and they just don't recognize what's happening. They don't recognize that they're getting into danger. This was a situation where you did sense that there was something going on, and you kind of second guessed it because you got too logical and you got too much in the physical world. So, keep that in mind. This is, it was a teachable moment. It took you down a different path than what you expected, but there was a reason for it, because now we've had all this time to kind of marinate and think about what happened and to become better. So one of the things that you can learn from this is to not try and supplant that mother figure. And if this is resonating with you, let me know. But I'm not sure if it is or it isn't. Supplanting that mother figure and sometimes extending ourselves a little bit too far is sometimes something that can create issues. It happens with counselors, it happens with teachers, it happens with coaches, it happens with tarot readers. Sometimes you just, you want to help so much that you kind of overstep that line and you get yourself into trouble. Getting back into this world, yes, great idea. It start small, aim small, miss small. I love that line from the Patriot. Present getting back to it very small. Don't, go out and buy a ton of advertising and, get a, $3,000 a month, studio that you can work out of. Just start small. Okay. The time for fruitfulness will come, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. You have to kind of build up steam again. So you're the little engine that's coming up to the mountain. So I want you to do that. But above all, I want you to remember the situation that got you to where you are, because you do love what you do. You are in earnest. That's another phrase that I say all the time. With helping people heal, helping people recover. It's your heart is in the right place, and we do need people like that in support industries like counseling and teaching, those sorts of things. So I hope that helped. Let me know if I hit anything. Again, anybody, if I'm hitting it and I do a reading for you, please put it in the comments. If I'm blowing it, let me know, because it's important for me to know if I'm tuned in or not. I think I'm tuned in. It's a full moon. Why not? Full moon brings a lot of intuition. And so maybe I'll be super hot tonight. And Simon says, thank you so much for supporting my channel. You are terrific. Terrific. So Glenna, let's see what's going on with Leonard. I'm going to get you a different deck too. So let me put some rocks on there. Put some rocks on there. Where is Mystic Melodies? Everybody loves this deck. All right. Leonard. Should I just give it? Let's get a baseline on Leonard. Let's see what's going on with Leonard. Let's take a peek. And then I'll tell you what you should do with him, or what you shouldn't do with him. Oh, sloppy shuffle. right. So Lenny. So
Choice of millions of registered voters.
Gregopedia just quoted Ghostbusters. He said, Lenny, you will have saved the lives of millions of registered voters. But I don't think that he is about to save the lives of millions of registered voters. It looks like Leonard's cooked. It looks like he's kind of done with the situation. So that doesn't mean that the relationship is entirely over, but it just means he's kind of done now. He's blowing a lot of smoke. So, if he says, oh, I'm busy, I'm washing my hair, I'm going to the gym, I got a squash game. I don't think he's really being truthful. I don't think he's being entirely truthful. He's certainly not out in the cold. He's not, he is not sad and lonely. He may be, engaged with someone else. I don't want to say he's engaged, but he may be involved with someone else. You'll see this. You'll eventually see there's going to be evidence of him just kind of moving on and kind of doing his own thing and being in his own orbit. And you'll move on. All right. So I think that's a good thing. He's not functioning with the good intent of other people around him necessarily. He's really just kind of cruising on his own. It's definitely like a free spirit kind of guy. And I think if he's with someone else, if he is involved with somebody else, he's kind of trying on the shoes to see if they fit, kind of doing that. 5 of Swords underneath the surface, and I just dropped a card, which was Ace of Swords. Swoop, in reverse, cut him out, get him out of there. I think he may have already moved on. That 5 of Swords, he may be a bit more of a fighter, so you may want to just let this go. So, I mean, ultimately, should you let him go? I say 3 of Pentacles says go and do your own thing. Cut him out. Some bigger fish to fry. Better guys out there. So here's this guy's interesting. What about this guy? He's interesting. So there's a guy that does really like you, and he's really fun to be around. So I think you should put your energy in this direction and see what we can do to find him. So how do we find this dude? How do we find him? Where is he? Laundromat? Is he at the laundromat? I don't know. I'm just making that up. I don't think he's at the laundromat. Courthouse. I don't know if you work in a courthouse or if you're around a courthouse, but I'm getting courthouse. There's something about him in a courthouse. It's really strange. It's like super specific, but and I don't know if you don't like smokers, but I think he's going to be outside of a building, like a concrete building, and like kind of gray concrete. Feels like a courthouse. I don't know if it is a courthouse, but it's like some kind of official municipal building, but it's a big building. It's like kind of a tall sided building. And he's going to be smoking or vaping. I don't know, but he's going to be super fun. So he's this guy, super fun guy. So I don't know. There, like Joe Dispenza says, whenever Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I talk about all the time on this channel, for the repeaters, you guys know who I'm talking about. He always says, like, when something leaves our life, when we have something leave, it really is freeing up energy for other things to come in. So okay, Francois, will the royal family, I'm going to go back to the curious creatures. Go back to my curious creatures here. Will the royal family post a response at all? I'm assuming this is for the Netflix thing. I'm watching it. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta watch it. I was thinking about doing like a simulcast, but I don't know how to get around the copyright on that. And if I just like do it and then I delete it, I don't know how it works. So I don't want to risk my channel yet. So, will the royal family post a response to the Netflix thing? And I think it's on at midnight tonight. I don't know. I'll have Gregopedia check it out. I think I can get up at midnight. I have my work holiday party tomorrow, so I got to get up early and get dressed and help set up at the place. Oh, bananas. So the royal family going to respond to the Netflix thing. I'm getting smile and wave. They're going to smile and wave. Are you going to bed?
Maybe we will.
Huh?
Maybe we will.
Oh.
We won't see all that.
Do you want to get Angus at 9 by any chance? No, that was a big no. Okay. I don't think they're going to say a thing. I don't think they're going to say a thing. I think what they're going to do is going to be business as usual. So they're going to maintain their regular duties. They're just going to keep doing it's going to be business as usual for them. They are not going to be ruffled at all by this. Yes?
I think we're going to have to call for a company.
Oh, so we'll have to leave the house?
Yeah, it's so small.
Okay. So, boys and girls, we do have a gas leak on our stove. So, Greg is going to call the fire department. And I think we're going to have to be continued. I'll finish reading this. So embarrassing. So I don't know where this gas leak is coming from. So we'll find out. Long story short, I think they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to let him fall on his own sword, and they're just going to let him kind of do his own thing. So that being said, so should I leave now? I guess I have to shut down. I gotta go wrangle some cats and bring them outside. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So let me see if I can see what's going on. Oh. Alicia, do I see you moving soon? Let me see, moving out. I'll do this because you threw me some money. Do speed reads right now. Ace of Wands. I don't see you leaving yet. The Devil, it looks like you're still there. The Fool in reverse, the Fool 2.0. You still have some time with that star in the future. I know it's heavy duty to be there, but it looks like you're going to be there for a little bit longer. It looks like you have to get your ducks in a row. So you can message me at Fortune Cookies Tarot if you want a fuller reading on that. I can't believe that I have to clear out of my house because of gas leak. All right. So anybody, I'm going to hit everybody that got me with super chats. Oh man. I'm just making sure I hit all the super chats. I don't know if anybody else gave me money. Actually, you know what? We can, you know what we could do? I could just put you guys on pause while the fire department's here. Would you like me to do that? I'll just put music on and I'll just come back. Tell me what I should do, guys. 3 a.m. Eastern for Netflix. Thanks so much. All right, so listen, we'll come back if I can pop back on after the fire department's here. I will pop back on. Okay, everybody. So I'll talk to you in a bit.
Sorry, cut it short.
Bye.